Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire. Today, while we're sat at London, we're actually going to be moving away from London to partake in a necessary evil, and that is rebuild our northwest before we continue with anything else, because I keep putting it off and I shouldn't. We have to get that sorted. I've been paying attention to Liverpool and it's a mess. So, yeah, the station's just getting clogged up, and before we bring in Wales and Northern England and Scotland, every time I'm planning an episode, I'm like, yeah, you've got to do it at some point. So today, that's what we're going to do. And then we'll come back to London. London should still grow. How are we doing with our task? 30,000. Are we on target? Well, we've got to reach that population by 1840 at the latest. We're in 1833, almost 1834. I know it's a little far away from London. I feel like a necessary evil is in order, so we don't have to worry about it later, especially given our funds as well. I kind of want to keep getting the money for these. I mean, you've broke down, so that's kind of nice. Unload. Oh, what are you? You're one of our original trains, aren't you? Yeah, get upgraded. There we go. That was kind of fortunate. There we go. We've made money on them. So what we can do now is destroy this. Yes, please. Destroy that. We're going to remove everything because we need to rebuild all of this. Once we've done that, Liverpool is ready to go. Yeah, we'll reset you. Right, Liverpool. Let's get you a new station in, a nice terminus. One heading to the north and then one heading to the south. And we'll have you right on the edge. We'll get you right back there. Then we've got lots of room to make nice junctions. And then our next one can face slightly to the south, or a lot to the south. I don't want to click close. I need to jump straight into building so we don't hit play. Now then, this can be a whole lot different, can't it? We can go straight in there now and be completely separate. So the only point we join is down there. We're going to redo Murphy Sea Farm as well. And this one is now the express passenger line into Liverpool, which is, oh, it's actually heading that way. Could we go more direct now? I think we could, couldn't we? So if we go across there, and we go in to where we need to be, but we adjust this slightly. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, we need to bring this round, don't we? So it's sat on in between those two contours. You could picture it perhaps with a little road going underneath it. There we go. I like that better. Let's get you signalled up. And we'll get us a supply tower in here. I just like the fact that the connection between Liverpool and Manchester is far more direct. We can do something similar with this, can't we? Yeah, we're going to get rid of you. You're going to have to go. We can drift this round more of an arc and connect into here. Or we can connect into that station again. I'd like to separate them. I don't think it's going to be nearly as busy from the south, so we could do something like this, which tidies up that junction. As you can see, we're bridging all the way, but we've removed a lot of the grade on this track. Now what we have is a direct connection from this junction into our station here, but because I would like a train heading from Wrexham, I'm actually going to create a junction and then we're going to follow this round. So this is going to be, I guess we could have it right at this bridge. Leave a space for trains to sit and then connect that back up to there. That's pleasant, isn't it? Right, so you're going to come across, but we'd like you to join after that bridge there. So we head in something like that. And then at the end here is where we're going to start connecting in to a maintenance yard so we can branch off and branch in, hopefully. So let's get us a maintenance station in here Right, is that going to be tidy, grade-wise? Yes, it is. Let's redo the junction then, because we could do this a little tidier now, couldn't we? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of all of that, in fact. What we need is for that to be the one that drifts into the warehouse there. This is the one that can head direct to Liverpool. There, that's tidier. Oh, I much prefer that. And then we've got this one that actually could run next to it. So we separate our traffic a little bit. Actually, we have enough room now to make that rather pleasant, don't we? Up to there. It'll be close. Oh, that's lovely. That double bridge we've got going on. The amount of times I've tried to get double bridging working like that. Oh, it's marvellous. Right, so we've separated a lot. We've got a lot to do with the south, and I would really like this line to be for passenger services. Wrexham's going to be a pain, but I'm going to go with, believe it or not, because of space, 2 terminus stations. Let's get all this done before we expand. Yeah, you're going to have to be removed for now. Get you gone. Complete new layout coming up, except for this track here, because I like that. So, a new station that they're going to share. That should be good enough, shouldn't it? We can drift up into this bottom section, and that would still allow us to continue off. If we want to, this way. We can still go that way and potentially join in somewhere else. So we'll get you in, so I remember that fact, because I will forget. This one can continue off, I think, as well. We'll put that in as a placeholder. We don't need to do much with it at the moment. It's all going to be to do with our southern section. Okay. This whole Liverpool thing is looking much, much tidier. Supply tower there, because we've removed it from here. Now we've got supply tower there and there. And we'll signal all of this track up. Oh, why are you doing sillies there? That one's nice. This one, for some reason, wants to be... Oh, because of the bridge. That's fine. Do I need supply towers in between? Possibly not. Why won't you go there? You go there. You will go there. There we go. That'll be fine as well. We'll have the other supply tower go where it's wonky. Get that in there, can't we? And then we can delete those signals just so it looks tidier. There we go. I think we're good. I would like this track to continue round and be our direct line into the southern station from Birmingham, passenger line. We'll have this connected into there. I believe we can still fit a supply tower just there off the main line. This was much needed, wasn't it? I think we can do the same here as well. Something like that. There we go. The more options they've got to fill up with water and sand and oil, is it? The other thing they fill up with in the game? The better. Okay. We're going to rework this as well then. And I think it's time we brought this in. I'm not sure whether we can actually make this work, but I'm going to give it a go. That we're going to lose a lot of our goods temporarily. We're having a whole new setup here. If we start throwing more trains on, we're going to struggle, aren't we, later when it comes to actually optimizing this route. So if we get a train station in, get straight large. And we, oh, look at that, we can get both together. We could also sit in this little gap, couldn't we? Oh, that's messy though. No, that's the way to go, isn't it? Having both fish and milk together. I mean, that sounds very chowdery, but that's not what I'm trying to go for here. Now what do we need? Well, we need the one still heading to Manchester, but could we now run from here? Direct. I'm not sure what this is going to be like. That is awful. Or is it? No, there we go. If you put it there, it's only 2% grade. Let's see. Let's see. How terrible is this? Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is time for a rework, isn't it? Well, I mean, it can still go that way, I think. Can it? Is it too much of a grade? Oh, no, it's absolutely lovely. Okay, right, you get in there. 2% grade. Straight to Manchester that way. And in fact, Leeds doesn't even need to go that way anymore, does it? So this southern side is just going to go straight to Liverpool. We'll still need to get here with the apples, but we might be able to separate the station and have it this end. And have a station running down, direct into here. Okay, let's just scrub this then. This has gone a little bit more extravagant than I was picturing. I wasn't supposed to go quite this much on the old rebuild. But I think it's going to serve us well when we've got to throw more and more trains on, and therefore we've got the capacity now with our lines being separate. This just won't be needed anymore. We've still got plenty of money, and we can at least flip the bonds if we run out. So if we went with a large train, not a large train station, a terminal, no, we don't want that either. What do you want? You want a large train station. Oh, this reaches, well, salt is going to come into play soon. So if we have that there instead, we can still have that station for straight into Leeds, can't we? This one doesn't need to go into Leeds. Okay, we've got the direct line into Manchester going up there. Let's just delete this then. It's just not required, is it? None of this is required. It was only really needed at the beginning. Yep, we're getting rid of it, guys. I like this better, and in fact, we can probably go straight into that station up there. Yep, get rid of you as well. This is so much tidier. We've got a stray supply tower. Oh, that is much nicer. That means this should be able to just slink into there. 6% grade, I don't mind it. We've got much more powerful trains now. They can cope with these grades. Is it really a 6% grade though? Yeah. It's heading into a station. It's not that terrible, is it? Right, get rid of you. All of our trains around here are going to be really confused. And I mean very confused. It does give us the option to head up into that track and whatever's over here. Carlisle. Yeah, Dumfries up north. So we could take salt and apples up north. We can take fish and milk up north. We can take it across the country to the east as well. What we can do now is get us a small train station, not a small train station, get us a small signal controlled station right on the edge of the river there in Leeds. This is important, isn't it? That gives us 2 stations in Leeds now. Well, we could have the apple farm head up into one side, so this one can be freight. Yes, that one freight. That can just head up straight up there, and we'll dig right in as well. Something like that. There we go. We'll make a nice cut in. This is going to be a 4-track section running straight through this hill. I know we've got some more land up here which we might use, but we can still have 4 tracks running up that way, can't we? We're running a bit low on cash now, which is a little bit concerning to say the very least. Yeah, our trains are going to be miserable. Is that necessary? Well, if we use that bit of track there, I think we could branch in up this end with it not being too terrible. There we go. Oh, that's pleasant. I love these cuttings we're getting. They're absolutely marvellous. It does mean we can branch off early as well and head up north if we want to. Which we more than likely will. Well, I'm surprised I'm actually getting all this in, but it looks like it's going to be a thing that's happening. It doesn't take us too long to get our money. But I didn't like that setup we had. Or we've not connected that up. But we do have our fish still. We just lost apples. Although, I think they can still get down to Liverpool from here, the apples. But they're not going to have a station. We're going to have to look for all the broken trains, or the broken train lines, and redo them with their new destinations. Surely we can fit in a signal here. I'm going to put one in here. There's more than enough room there. And we'll get that into here. Oh, it's beautiful. That's tidier. You can be one way now. You've got a proper line going in. So we've got salt in the mix as well. We're probably not going to use that last platform. We could just send it off somewhere if we really needed to. Right, we don't have enough money to do anything else. But we'll hopefully gain money pretty quickly. We have a lot of network going on down in the south now at London, which we've not really affected by doing any of this. So London's still going to grow. It's still going to get supplied. I've been putting this off, guys. That's why we're doing it. I have absolutely been putting this off because it's a nightmare. It's going to be a real pain to fix. Here we go. So now we've got to figure out what was going where. There you go. There's our error. This can be the fish one. So we'll get rid of that. And Fletcher Cattle is now milk and fish. Maybe we should actually buy the milk if we can afford it. Freight only, maximum. Yeah, that is going into Liverpool. Oh, we don't want it going into Liverpool 2 though. We now want it going into Liverpool 1. There we go. And what else do we have? The Leeds one. Actually, pause that. We have enough money to get this into... Oh, that's unpleasant. Does it need to be that? Is it really that though? Let's start that at a 1. Oh, that's even worse. Well, 5%. 5% little grade isn't too bad. Yeah, that'll be fine because it'll be empty on the way back. It should be able to get up there no problem. And then on the way down, it's just going to be thundering down the track, isn't it? Okay, so we've now got a more direct connection to Liverpool for our apples as well. So that can be... we got the Leeds one, which is an old train anyway. So that needs to be updated. What we got here while we wait for our money? Another surveyor. This time reduce the cost of new routes. No, you make people unhappy. I think the tunnels might come in useful anyway for some more extravagant builds later on, especially when we head into Wales and Scotland. Get you replaced. There we go. We've got the money to replace you. Yeah, the only reason I'd like to do this now is while things are a little less hectic up north. Once this land unlocks, which no doubt it will, we want to be ready, don't we, to introduce Carlisle. And we'll probably have a lot more trains going on as well. Especially since we have to deliver fish everywhere. So this Leeds one. Leeds 1 can now go into Leeds 2. We're going to have it as that one. And we're going to change Leeds 1 to Leeds 2. So it now does that. That is much better, isn't it? Goodness me. By like a million miles. There we go. Get you in. Get that engineer. Right, what else do we have? Another Leeds one. This has to be the apples. So we'll get an engineer on you. And we'll edit your line. That is going to go now. Oh, we don't have a direct connection with apples yet, do we? Oh no, because you haven't put the station in, Grand. You can't do that one yet. Hang on a second. Let's get that second station in. It'll also block the AI, which we know are on their way. Do we have enough room to squeeze that in? It might be a bit untidy. Or will it? Can we just scoot across there? Oh, that's kind of nice. Can we get in there? Oh, that's a grade. Really? Is that because of this crossing? No, surely it doesn't need to be like that. You go in there. If we lower that, is that what it is? Oh, there we go. Right, 4 or 5% grade. Very short, but we need the stronger trains, and it works. Yeah, there we go. I like that better. I mean, it just means our freight trains are travelling a much shorter distance. And do we mind that they have to have a little bit of a hill climb? Not at this stage of the game. I mean, this one we could possibly just go over the top of this nice cutting. Yeah. And then that will be our northern connection. Okay. We've got a lot of maintenance yards to put back on. But it's alright. Once this is done, it's done, isn't it? Yeah. Right, get you back. And we need some in Liverpool as well. Our money's going up rapidly. We've got all these trains down here to fix as well. Although I noticed... Oh, what's this? Slavery debate flares up. You shouldn't do it. Right, continue the game. I solved their debate for them. Security guard, yes please. Especially with our new shorter routes. We are going to sort all this before the end. Oh, come on, money. Faster than that. We do have some trains that are already making use of this. We're going to have to redirect some of them. Obviously, because they're a bit of a mess now. But we do have these trains running a little more direct, and they don't get in the way of other trains. We are missing a supply tower down here, which I would like to sort out before I forget. And now we need a couple of... Oh, no, we already have one there. That's good news. Do need one on that side, though. There we go, Liverpool. You're looking marvellous now. Oh, we can't afford that, unfortunately. That's okay, though. I mean, we could try and get the money, but no. No. We'll check up on how London's doing since we let it rest for a while. I do like this new Apple run to Leeds. That's much nicer. I would have liked the apple farm, but this will be fine. That needs to go from there to there instead of error. That's nicer, isn't it? Dear oh dear. Freight only. Yes, maximum on the apples, please. There we go. You're not going to pick up anything just yet. How much do you have in there? You're level 4. We're not buying that anytime soon, are we? We do have a supply tower in there. I guess technically we don't need the signals, do we? It doesn't really matter, but we'll get rid of them. Yeah, reset you. Maybe you'll actually pick up some apples this time. Nope, you don't care. Well, Leeds has to grow, to be fair. What are you doing? You got lost? Probably. Oh, yes, we might get some trains doing some fantastic things. We have the McCarthy Estate to Manchester. McCarthy Estate to Liverpool should be not that. Yeah, that should be McCarthy Estate to Liverpool should be this one now. So we'll swap you over to there instead. Get rid of that one. Did I just... They're both called the same. Oh, that's kind of awkward. Should be that one, right? Yes, and that needs to go into Liverpool 1, not 2. There we go. Isn't that better? Freight only. Yep. I'll get you on maximum. And you can now take salt as well. How much is salt? Do you know what? Take it. Why not? How much is milk as well? Can we grab milk before this runs out? Quick, grab it. It might put us in the hole, but we get a refund on it. Yeah, there we go. And we do have our fish as well. This is going to take a little bit of tidying up, isn't it? So we've got one going to Leeds, one going to Manchester, which is right. The Manchester one should be heading down that way. Beautiful. Now we need to figure out where these are going, which I think a lot of them are just heading round here, aren't they? No. We've got the Leeds. That one's fine. We did have one to go into, another one going to Manchester though, didn't we? Yeah, which needs to be addressed. That needs to go from, I mean, it's kind of cool that it gets there somehow, but that is the least efficient route. And is that it? That'll be the one, right? We need to change that one to that one and get rid of, oh, that's beautiful. That's much nicer. There we go. And eventually you're going to need salt as well, which we just purchased. It does mean we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But that's your new route, which should be much tidier. We've got our trains that used to be expresses into this northern station that are now going down here. And we'll need to change those from, yeah, it's now Manchester 1 to Liverpool 1, which makes a whole lot more sense. And instead of that, there we go, get you changed over. And do we have another one? That one needs to go instead of Liverpool. There we go. They'll find their way there. Manchester 2 to Liverpool 2. That should be mixed, I believe. Is that a mixed train? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Oh, we got a spy. That's how we'll end it, guys. On a spy. Would that surveyor cheeses everybody off? Can we afford the spy? We can. Oh, and a promoter. Guys, another promoter. Come on. Keep giving me promoters, please. London. Hopefully London's doing okay. And then our spy from Beatrix. And we'll see what we get from those, and then we'll continue. Are we good now? Liverpool 1-1. It's still saying there, but they will actually be moving. Hopefully... Oh, yes, we're going to have to do this as well, aren't we? Hopefully we haven't lost these. I think we have, haven't we? There should be some more errors possibly at the top. Yeah, we got Liverpool 2 to wherever. It should be a freight train. Is it warehouse? Maybe. Liverpool 2. Do we have any trains running on the warehouse line? Warehouse. Oh, that's this, isn't it? It's Turner. Yes, that's this one. Brilliant. Right, you're going into there, and you should be. Oh, no waypoints. We've received the Jervis. I got a little bit excited. Okay, get that off the screen. Full. There we go. There we go. And we will have some waiting going on, but that's fine. And then what's this Manchester one then? Manchester 1 error. I don't know. Your freight only. Oh, was that the freight line? I want to say it's the freight line to Liverpool, but it really wants to be from... Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, we had one running that. There we go. I would like that to be a little less clumsy, but let's take a quick look at the Jervis. It is a... is it the Jervis? Yes. It is a wood burner, and it's a mixed freight train. And we'll replace all of our trains with that when we come out. But this is the new layout, guys. Are we happy with it? Possibly a little longer than it should have been. We'll bring in Wrexham. Next time we'll bring in Peterborough. I think we're in a good place now, aren't we? And London. London, before we go. Goodness me, what do you want to make? I would like you making cloth. It won't be making a lot. But when we can build down here, that'll be a nice connection for it. It should still make its own, or at least a little bit. So we'll get you in there. The next thing I'd like you to make, we'll put this on the back burner, is some eel pie. Maybe it should have been that. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. We've got lots done. How are we doing? Oh no, look at that. They're still growing. Plentiful. Nearly halfway, guys. And we're only in 1834 because today we've had it mostly paused. Shall we take a ride on one of these new trains? Alright guys, that was an episode, wasn't it? Dear oh dear. I got carried away with our rebuild, and we are now on the more direct route from Liverpool Station 1, the northern station, into the western station. Oh, my mouse is on the screen. The western station at Manchester. So Manchester, thankfully, we didn't have to change. That would have caused all sorts of issues. We'll keep an eye on the situation, make sure we haven't got any broken down trains. But moving forward, and especially when we come back up to the northern end, we don't have to worry too much about that initial build we did. It has all been much more expensive, a little gradier in places. Is that a word? I don't know. I like it. I like it much more. It's separated a lot of trains over at Liverpool, and given we're about to hook Wrexham up, it needed it, didn't it? Otherwise we were just going to be backed up for miles. So yes, preparations have been made for a big network expansion. Anyway, guys, I'll leave you on board and for a brief little run backwards and forwards where we can see all of our trains. And until next time, take care.